Hi guys, this is Rosita Applebum and I'm here with a really quick video on how I get my summer glow on my face. While I was getting ready, I figured why not show you guys the updated products that I'm using on my face to give me that warm glow, and I do show you guys how I contour because I get a lot of questions about that in my Instagram pictures. Before I get started, on my lips I am wearing Faced Nude Beach with MAC Myth over top, and then for a lip gloss I'm using my absolute new favorite lip gloss by MAC. It's called See-Through and I'm just obsessed with it. For my eyebrows I used Blonde Taupe Soft Brown by Anastasia Beverly Hills and a little bit of the Whitening Lightning Brow Bar to go. And for a foundation I used the Lancome Teint Miracle in 4W Bisque like I always do. My eyes I used a couple of shadows by MAC. I used Bamboo, Texture, and I think Saddle, and then I use the Lorac Pro palette. My lashes are Red Cherry number 43 and my top is by Victoria's Secret. So if you want to see how I got this glow, then keep on watching. So what I first do is take the Nars Ita brush and I'm going to take Uninterrupted by MAC, and this is actually a shadow. It's like a pro longwear shadow, but I actually use it to contour. I've seen a lot of people do this and I was kind of like intimidated by it, but I actually love the results. So what I do is I take the Nars Ita brush and then I just kind of dip it really gently because this is a very pigmented color. Just dab it in, kind of like tap off any excess, and then what I first do is kind of suck in my cheek, and as you can see I kind of already have like a natural cheekbone, so I kind of just follow what I already have. You don't want the contour to be too high or too low because then your cheeks are just going to look weird. So what I first do is kind of suck in my cheeks a little bit and then begin. I'm just going back and forth in the hollow of the cheek. This is going to look kind of unblended for now, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and blend that in a minute. So I'm just going to do the other side. And now you can go ahead and blend that just a little bit. After I have these really harsh lines, I'm going to go in with the Milani Baked Bronzer, and this is in the color Sunset, and this is the lighter of the two shades. These are limited edition and they are baked bronzers. I absolutely love them, and this is the Marc Jacobs bronzer brush, and I absolutely love this brush. I got a lot of requests to actually show it in use. What I do with this is just basically contour the edges of my face and then just blend that contour out a little bit. Also do my jawline and underneath my chin. You want to leave your forehead alone, so I will do like my hairline, but I don't put bronzer here. What the bronzer does over here is that it actually makes your face or your forehead look a little bit smaller and slimmer. And then I'll take a little bit on my nose. And then I like to put a blush on top of that bronzer to blend it out even more, and I'm using Nars Madly. I absolutely love this. I've been loving the Luxie Lush 508 Dual Fiber Stippling Brush to apply my blush, especially these Nars blushes, because they are kind of pigmented, so this kind of just diffuses the color and makes it look really nice and blended. So I just kind of stipple, or just like in round motions, put this on top of the bronzer. And then I'll take the Luxie Lush Large Angled Brush. This is number 504. I love this brush, and the Milani Baked Bronzer, but this is in the color Siena, so it's a bit darker. I absolutely love this brush just to kind of fit it over here and really blend things out and make things just a little bit darker. And the last bronzer that I use is Gold Deposit by MAC, and this is actually used as a highlight on some skin tones, but for me, It's definitely not a highlight. It's very, very dark. I love this. It's part of their permanent collection, and I use the e.l.f. Complexion brush. This brush was only $3, and I always use this for this step. Basically, what I'm going to do is just add this gold color on top of everything and just really buff it out to give me that like warm bronzy look. I know it's a lot of products, but this is just what I do when I want to look very bronzed. So I'm just going to apply this over everything and just buff it out. And then I blend this upwards. And then for a subtle glow, I'm going to be using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette in the color Incandescent Light, and it is the second color of the palette, so it's this middle one. I absolutely love this blush brush by e.l.f. for highlighting. It's the only one that I use, and I have tons of brushes. So what I do is I just put a little bit on the brush and then just highlight the tops of my cheeks. This will give you a nice like lit from within, very radiant glow. It's not too like chunky highlight. It's very flawless and airbrush looking, and I love it because it doesn't look too obvious. It's very natural. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the other side. And then I will apply a little bit to my nose, the tip of my nose, and then above my eyebrows. And a little trick that I do is I actually take my foundation and I'll just like do one small little pump on my hand, and I take like a flat foundation brush. This is the Luxie Lush 510 foundation brush. Just use any brush that is like a flat foundation brush, but I like this one because it's pointed. And I'll take a little bit of that foundation and I'm going to reverse contour. So I'm going to actually apply my foundation underneath the bronzer and contour. So this is going to just clean up the edge of my contour, and it's also just going to make everything pop out. You don't want to add too much because you already have foundation on. Start near my ear and then just bring this down and then blend this out. Then I'll just take my beauty blender and kind of just blend that out. And if you wanted to add a more rosy or pink red blush, you can. You can just add it on top, and you kind of just want to focus it here. I'm going to be using the Tarte Blushing Bride with the same dual fiber stippling brush, and then I'm just going to blend this on top. I'm just going to be setting my foundation with some pressed powder. This is by Nars, and this is the translucent pressed powder. So this is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will leave a list of the products that I use down below, as well as the brushes. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys.